Oh, there he is.
The champ is
Oh my
here.
gosh. You know what?
Hey,
You know,
look, this like the weigh-in show here. This like the weigh-in show right here. The
no, it's
champ
not.
is
No, it's not.
here. Let's go.
I literally look at the picture behind you. I literally told Rich, I was like, Rich, we need to make this about the company. We need to make this about Whip to Warrior and not my.
Hey, team. Hey, Whip to Warrior. Team DC versus Team Sanko. Let's go.
Oh,
I would take my Whip to Warrior program out to Kansas City. We want to give you the home court advantage, and we want to come out to Glory MMA and Fitness and win.
it. I like it. I like it. You are on.
I'm on fire.
So on.
I'm always on fire. I have this natural energy that I just cannot get rid of.
I know it. I know it. I'm around it a lot. And DC, as much as you are a rival, and we'll get into the many ways that you and I are competing lately, I'm super excited for you to join the Whip to Warrior team. Welcome to the family. I'm not going to lie. When they said, hey, we landed DC, I was like, dang, we're really doing some stuff here. How did we land the big fish? How did this come about?
So Rich Chu's son is in my wrestling program. And so we started chit-chatting and talking about Whip to Warrior and everything that it entails. And I was like, wow, I'm interested in that. I said, is there any way I can get involved? You know, we went and we started to get into the details of it, how it actually works, and the opportunities that people have to do these special things. And then Rich went out to an event in North Dakota, I believe.
Yeah.
And I saw, I mean, they had a lady, the lady had to be 60. She was someone's
had
grandmother.
Grandkids.
Yeah.
Grandma, it was amazing.
Her grandkids were watching her compete. And I thought this is a chance to do something so special. So I was all in.
That's awesome. I don't know about you, but you know, in the UK and Ireland, you know, in Kavanaugh's programs, I know the programs that they have in New Zealand and Australia, there are literally waiting lists for people to participate in these series. It's a little bit more of a hidden gem in the United States. The word quite hasn't saturated the market yet. So were you familiar with it beforehand or not really?
You see, it kind of was done at AK a little bit, right? But it didn't take off, and I was like, man, I don't understand why. Because honestly, when you're on TV, right, and we're doing these shows and we're talking about fighting, and the people that are fighting in the octagon, everybody has an opinion. Yes. Everybody is an expert, right? Well, here's a chance to show your expertise in that environment that people are judging so harshly at times. Yeah. But not only for those reasons, right? Not only for those reasons. I'm talking about for people that actually just want to challenge themselves. I think this is a fantastic opportunity.
Yeah, I think people come to it for, man, just a bunch of different reasons. Part of the reason why I got involved is because it's my story of how I got into MMA in the first place, you know, just kind of an everyday person looking to challenge myself. And then I fell in love with kind of the mental health aspects of it for my own life. And then it just kind of snowballed. I never intended on fighting initially. So it's amazing to see how they've taken what can be kind of an intimidating sport, right? Like it's hard to walk into an MMA gym and be like, oh, I'm gonna be a fighter today, you know? And they've taken that element out of it and made it so structured and so accessible that it really is available to, you know, the everyday person.
Anyone can do it. And I think that's the beauty in it, right? The beauty in it is that when you walk into my gym, right, the Daniel Cormier Wrestling Academy, cheap plug, you know, at 609 Monterey Street in Gilroy, California.
I was getting there.
The day you walk in there, or out in Ireland, or all over Europe, and as we hope to grow more and more, they do it out at CSA in the North Bay. The more and more people that get involved in it, when you walk into these gyms, right, you're going into the Whip to Warrior program, you're going to be welcomed, right? Because we want people that truly want to challenge themselves and truly want to come into a knowledge in terms of mixed martial arts that you don't really get by just watching, right? So challenge yourself not only physically, but mentally, right? Mentally, to really grasp what is mixed martial arts, because we're going to be in there and I'll be helping them with the classes, and I'll be teaching them some wrestling, some grappling. Look, it's a matter of knowing what you want to do, pushing you to get to a point where you're better. But ultimately, I'm not going to kill people. But look, Coach DC can be tough. You can ask my kids. You can ask everybody that did the class that we did at the Apex a while back. I can be pretty tough, but I think it'll be fun, right? You'll get a real gain, a real appreciation for what these athletes go through.
You absolutely do. And I mean, I think for women, there's a self-defense aspect to it.
Oh.
I saw one of the ladies that participated. I believe it was in Australia. I think she did like 3 series in a row, lost over 100 pounds. It was crazy. And I don't know, for someone that's been in the sport, obviously not, to the extent and to the heights that you have, but MMA finds its way into your bones, like into your soul, in a way that's really hard to explain unless you have participated in it. And it's so exciting to me to see a program like this be put out there to where anyone can come in and get that taste of what it's like to fall in love with with a sport that seems so remote, so far away. Like you watch it on TV and you're like, I don't know if I could ever do that, but it's different. It's different with a program like this. And you're talking about the Daniel Cormier Wrestling Academy. Congratulations on that, my friend. That is huge. How long has that been in the works?
Honestly, I was thinking about it, but then when Rich and I started talking about Wimp to Warrior, right? And I was like, man, I want to coach wrestling as a full-time thing with my kids. But if we're going to do Wimp to Warrior together, now I need a space, right? If we're going to do this, I need a space. I need a space that I can call my own, where you can come in and you can get the whole Daniel Cormier experience, right? Because most MMA gyms have grappling mats and bags and everything. Not me. It's all wrestling mat, actual wrestling mat, right? Because that's who I am, right?
Yeah.
I'm a wrestler. Come in there and you'll learn all these different things. But it also gives my kids a chance to have their own place. Because in the midst of this pandemic, we have really been set back a little bit. So now we have our space. We'll do Whip to Warrior. And not only will the people that join our program get taught by me and Coach Andog, whose gym is next door, who's a fantastic coach, to help me with the program, but they'll also be and see some of these young athletes that are aspiring to be such big deals, right? I've got kids that tell me daily, I want to be an Olympian. As the Olympics are happening right now, you got 13-year-old kids going, I want to be an Olympian. I want to represent my country in wrestling. So it's like all these things that's super motivating to me that I feel like as an adult, you can also take that too. Because we learn from children, right? We learn from kids. I had a kid named Diego Diaz back in 2012 when the Olympics got dropped, wrestling got dropped from the Olympics. He walked in and coached, there's no more wrestling in the Olympics? How? Then what am I supposed to do? As an 11-year-old kid, he had no dream but to be an Olympian. Now as he's graduated high school, that wrestling dream isn't there anymore. But in that moment, it felt like the end of his world. So now I got multiple kids aspiring to be what I did as a wrestler, as a fighter. And then we can have these parents and these adults that come into the gym learn from these kids, because they can really motivate you to do special things. So I think it's a winning formula. I think Whip to Warrior is just a fantastic deal. Even back when I was in the midst of my fight career and I heard about it, I thought, wow, this is fantastic.
Yeah.
Right. So now as I'm retired, Laura, and the only beatings I lay, the only smackdowns I lay in my life today is on you on those weigh-in shows, which is playing Friday morning. Right. So the only time I layeth the smack down, like my friend The Rock would always say, is on Fridays. So now I get to actually go and help people kick some tail. And you know from experience, Laura, that walk, when you hit the curtain for a fight, it's like nothing else. The adrenaline.
Oh, that walk! I thought
that
you
walk,
the walk of humiliation when I.
Oh no. Oh, like when you tried to chug that beer with me. That was the hey, where I'm from. Like I said, Laura, they call that an old school hustle. I knew I couldn't beat you in spelling. I can't beat you in the spelling bee. So, but that walk, Laura, for us, you, me, everybody else that's involved with this great program, when we go out to the fight with the people in our program, because this is one thing I promise. I will go to every fight with my athletes. I will walk them and I will corner them in their Whip to Warrior fights. When we hit the curtain, it's an excitement like nothing else. And people talk about drugs and all these other things that you do negative. There is not a drug in anywhere in the world that's better than that hitting that curtain, hearing your music and hearing the crowd. So I'm excited. I'm excited to walk out there with someone. I've got a couple friends that were wrestlers back in the day, and they want to do Whip to Warrior, and I think it's going to be fantastic. Yeah, can't wait.
That's amazing. I know you're still obviously an insanely busy guy, probably even busier in retirement than we were when you were fighting, because you're just so focused on fighting. What is it about? Because I can hear the passion in your voice when you talk about. What is it about teaching and coaching that is so important to you?
It's the ability to mold people in a given profession. That's what I love. With the kids, I'm molding young men and women to be better human beings. But in the program, I will try to mold people into fighters. Because look, everybody's journey is not the same. We're not going to win every single fight.
Yeah.
But I promise you, I'll have you believing you're going to win every single fight, because I'm going to give you the whole, let's go, we got this, let's go, we got this, right? We're going to do this. But the reality is, maybe your journey is to go in there and complete the program, right? Maybe you're not supposed to fight. Maybe some people don't fight. But maybe it's up to you to just go through the program and complete it. Go through the entire 12 weeks, making sure, 20 weeks, sorry. Make sure you go through the entire 20 weeks, get through it every single workout, and then challenge yourself, because we're going to do our practices in the morning. And I've learned that when you get up in the morning, you do something active, your day goes better. Mm-hmm. So I'm excited. I'm excited for it too. When you were talking about that walk, man, it gave me chills, because you think back to those times when I've experienced it, and it's even just as you say, it's not about necessarily winning the fight. For me, it was overcoming the fear of getting into once I was in the octagon, I was not afraid anymore. The walk, making that walk, that is a tough, but like rewarding in a way that I cannot even verbalize. No. And I'm so excited, man. Lucky people who get to have DC walk them to the octagon. My goodness, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun, Laura. I'm excited about it. I gotta come visit when you get this rolling. Okay, I want to be put through like a legit DC wrestling practice, because Laura, I did jiu-jitsu all day. I will be the first to admit, wrestling was never my forte. Wrestling was Laura, not. When you get into the wrestling practice, it's phenomenal. I mean, last week at the academy, Habib came and he sat for an hour and he spoke to the kids, right? Cain Velasquez is around. You never know who you're going to run into when you come into my gym, right? There's so many athletes, so many professional football players that are in the area that come down. It's going to be fantastic. And when you're in there and you're learning and you're striking and you're wrestling, you never know who you are going to be training next to when you join our Whip to Warrior program. I'm excited. Hold on. One second. Here's all those names you just dropped. Oh, yeah, we dropped them all. Laura, we dropped them all. And I'm not even dropping the football guys. Laura, there's everybody. People just come and they want to help support, but they also know that we're trying to build something crazy. Like, I watch your guys now. I watch James Krause. He's cornering every single week. You get it rolling. Once you get it rolling, you got it rolling. And I think that it's a matter of us getting our programs in the United States rolling in the way that they have it overseas. And once we do that, we're in business. Yeah, absolutely. And you've had a huge month overall. Yeah. Okay, first you bamboozle me out of the weigh-in show belt. We all know that that's a fake belt, whatever. We'll get that. We're about to take care of that in a couple days here. I'm not even worried about it right now. Second of all, you launch a brand new show on ESPN Plus, DC and RC, which is a ton of fun. I'm really enjoying that. So congrats on that one. Thank you. You open the Daniel Cormier Wrestling Academy in Gilroy, which we have been talking about. Apparently it is star-studded. Yeah. You know, J-Lo might be in there. Oh, J-Lo come up in that piece. Hey, oh my, can I get an autograph? J-Lo, can I get an autograph? And then lastly, you have been nominated
for Personality of the Year.
Oh, with you too. You got congratulations, Laura.
And,
Congratulations. That's
and we
awesome.
find ourselves going head to head yet again, Daniel Cormier.
But the reality is we should become a tag team. That's the
Because
problem.
no one's
That's
beating
the thing.
Joe. No
That's
one's
the thing.
beating
That's
Joe.
the thing. No, it's Joe's every year. But the reality is we have got to stop fighting each other and come together like the mega powers, like Macho Man and Hulk Hogan did back in the
I'm
day.
high-fiving you. I'm high-fiving you.
It's right here. Right. We need to come together. We need to come together because you're constantly bullying me. I feel like you're constantly bullying me on the weigh-in show. Because the reality is this. Because the reality is, Laura Sanko, and I will say your whole name. Laura Sanko, for them to put me in a spelling bee with you every single time, I'm never going to win. I'm literally looking at the thing. I'm just guessing. At most, I'm guessing. I grew up in Louisiana. I will guarantee you. You guys had a better educational system. I tried, but you guys had a better system.
Stop. No, I agree with you though. In this one instance, we need to put our competitive differences aside and join forces. And as long as someone other than Joe Rogan wins this award.
Joe won. I got nominated, and I was so mad. I was like, well, what happened to analysts? Because I would win analysts every year.
You're nominated in that too, aren't you? I don't know. I don't remember.
Just they took me out of analysts, put me in personality. I was so mad because for the last 3 years I've won the analyst. Like I'm the Joe Rogan of the analyst category. I just keep winning over and over again. But this
they had to move you. They had to move you into the new category.
And I kept winning. They didn't get rid of Joe. Put Joe as one of the. Put Joe as like Joe should be with the UFC, Bellator, and everything else. He should be his own organization.
He should just be his own category. like just let Joe be, Joe Rogan of the Year, and then just let him
for sure. Joe Rogan category. Yes, for sure.
Anyway, I'm so excited for the future with you involved with Wimp to Warrior. I know we can't go into detail.
There's some other things that we have stored that is truly going to blow people's minds in regards to my partnership with the Wimp to Warrior program. It's been crazy.
I know. I'm excited about it. There is so much coming down the pipeline. This company, this organization is about to explode and impact so many people's lives across the United States. I'm excited to be involved. I'm excited you're involved. I'm excited to kick your ass this weekend on the weigh-in show.
Long as we ain't riding bulls, I'm winning. Because that was another program in which they set you up to win. I mean, riding a bull, you're from Kansas City. You live on a ranch.
We golfed. I mean,
they
did that specifically for you. They did that specifically for you. And by the way, I want that drinking challenge back. We need to do that in like an actual glass and not a bottle. I didn't know about the beer. I didn't know you have to like swirl it. And
you gotta swirl it. All the bubbles. That's like it's like a I do it all the time, right? Like I drink beer, so it's like I knew I had a win there. So
yeah, that was a hot mess for me. But anyway, we'll run that one back at some point. But DC, I'm excited, man. I'm excited for your academy, for your show, for your nomination. DC taking over the world. Thank you for your time today. I'll let you get back to it.
Thank you, Laura. Laura, you're the best. Wimp to Warrior, thank you. Everybody that watches us, we appreciate it. But hey, we got some good stuff coming. Cannot wait.
Yeah, we do. Thanks, DC.
Bye, Sanko. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.